They are the picture of blessing and hope, of opportunity, of healthy curiosity. They are the picture of the kind of transformation and advantage that comes from a sound education. Their natural hunger for discovery is fed all the more in places like these. Clean, safe, wholesome schools not far from where they live, where the passion for learning is cultivated by loving teachers and a well-rounded curriculum that ministers to the heart as well as the mind. It's unlikely that any one of these girls and boys comes from a place of socioeconomic advantage. On the contrary, despite its rapidly growing economy, the nation of India still has the largest concentration of poor people anywhere in the world. More than 26 million children are orphaned. And even if a child does have a home to go to, it's likely to be marred by conditions of abject poverty. Here, in a learning center supported by Worldwide Christian Schools, a remarkable ongoing transformation among children comes into refreshing view. For the very first time, Karisra becomes aware of her importance in God's world. She delights in her discoveries of nature and the order found in creation. Samarajit tackles life in a whole different way than on the streets where he lives. In a recreational break from his studies, he learns principles of fairness and leadership, and getting along in a competitive society. In a world where 465 million children don't have any school to go to, the passion of Worldwide Christian Schools is to glorify God by ensuring that all children have access to a Christ-centered education. That means having a place they can go to that models Christ-like behavior, that equips them to function productively in God's world, and that offers an environment where scriptural truths may be understood, even the knowledge of what it means to enjoy a relationship with a loving, personal God and Savior. In many parts of the world, and in India in particular, where there is great persecution, Christian schools are allowed to operate where churches are not. During this season of grace, governments support schools like these, knowing that their strong educational criteria and values-based environment only stand to benefit the population. And while the demand for education and all of its cultural advantages is great, few parents in economies like these can afford the modest costs of sending their children to quality schools, such as those under the care of Worldwide Christian Schools. That's why student sponsors are urgently needed, those who are willing to stand with just one girl or boy to ensure access to quality learning and to brighten the path to a productive future. Through Worldwide Christian Schools, student sponsors connect with individual children and have the opportunity to track their progress and see them advance through their studies. For a nominal monthly, quarterly, or annual donation, all standard costs of a student's schooling are covered. These include full tuition, uniforms, books and materials, and a healthy meal at lunchtime, sometimes the only nutrition a child may enjoy throughout the day. Today, you're partnering with Worldwide Christian Schools as a Student Hope sponsor helps eliminate the disadvantage of coming from a broken and impoverished home. And just as empowering is the role you share in extending to your sponsored student the precious love of Christ.